They said 550 for 2 bottles of water. Like what? I'm literally astonished.
What is that? $2.25 per bottle?
Yeah.
Per bottle of water. Water? Do you say water or water?
Water.
Water? Water? Instead of water.
Water.
Water. Water. What?
Water.
Water.
How do you say it? Water.
Soapy water.
Water.
New Jersey and say water.
Water.
Water. Okay, Amberly, what's on your mind, man? What's going on in there?
I don't know.
What's going on?
I was thinking about the fucking how much that water cost. Literally, that was like so expensive. Literally. Like what?
What would you rate the crepes we had? Out of 10.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10? They were pretty good, right? They were really
so
good. They were mad good.
They were so good. I was like, wow.
It was gone. It was gone like
in like 3 seconds.
At 3 seconds. You didn't even get to take a picture of that one.
No, we took a picture of the pizza.
Pizza though.
The crepes, they just literally went down. They were like, that whipped cream was really good too. I'm very picky with whipped cream.
It had a taste to it, right? It was like a coconut flavor or something like that.
I don't even know.
But it was good.
All I know is
banana,
it was very fresh.
It was fresh.
Like they made it in the back or something. They probably did it.
No, they probably bought it from a can or something.
But it tasted like they made it in the back. But I saw them. They were making orange juice right there. That's how they do it in Italy. They were like squeezing the oranges to make orange juice.
I didn't even notice they were doing that.
You did it?
No.
I was watching.
I was listening to the ladies next to us.
What were...
I was surprised you wasn't paying attention, but there was like, she's like, yeah. And then the apartment building was on fire. And then I was like, what the fuck? And I looked at you, and you were off in who knows where land. But I was like, yo, this lady's telling the craziest story right now.
What? That's like when they were like, the kitchen's on fire. And we were
like,
my God. What the fuck?
Yo.
Like, do we gotta run out with this plate of pizza or what? Because we're running out with the plate of pizza.
See, I didn't even think about the plate of pizza. But you were like, you were like, I'm going to grab this. We're going to get out.
Not pay for shit. Free meal, because there was a fire in the kitchen.
Nah, that was the worst ad to ever come on ever. They gotta pay for a Spotify Premium or something because there's a fire in the kitchen. New season of Chopped.
And I was like, what the fuck?
Yo.
Nah, that's just crazy.
What's that guy doing?
I don't know. That's why I was just
I thought that guy was about to start shitting in the street. It looked like he was about to take off his pants.
My somebody was telling me a story. My cousin's girlfriend, she was telling me a story how she was like at the park and there was like an Indian lady there with her children, and that her daughter was like, I have to do caca, and then she literally took her pants off in the middle of the park and almost took a shit. And the mother just looked at her and got her other kid and like didn't even do anything. I was like, that's so fucking crazy.
Bro, what the fuck?
Exactly.
Yo. Oh, you want to hear another crazy story?
Yeah.
My tattoo artist was tattooing me, and she was like the place that she worked at before then. That like years ago, before she was even like born, like she was like, she was really young, and she was like, this guy comes in, the FBI comes into the tattoo shop because it's on the bottom is the tattoo shop, and at the top is mad apartments, and he's like, hey, we need access to the apartments, and then you're like, yeah, sure, they let him in, and then the apartment they got access to, it was just like a mattress on the floor, no furniture, just mad like blueprints and outlines, and it was the people who planned 9/11.
I was about to say, they doing bombs in there? What the fuck?
It was the people who planned 9/11. Isn't that crazy?
Above the tattoo place?
Yeah.
You see? You never know what a person be doing.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, I was
People are
like,
so sneaky.
whoa, really, you don't really know who you're ever gonna encounter ever in your life.
What the fuck? That's why you gotta be nice to everybody, cause you gotta be. Imagine, like, in school, I was that person who used to be nice to everybody, because if one of these people is a school shooter, they're gonna tell me the day that they're shooting the school, because I'm gonna be so fucking nice to them. They're gonna be like, yeah, Emily, don't come to school today, because I'm about to shoot this bitch up. I'm gonna be like, alright, bet. Like,
I'm not snitching. I'm gonna just stay home.
like,
Thank you.
Uh-uh.
That's crazy. I was so shocked yesterday, and
I can't believe she told you
she
that.
told me that, and it was like the third hour of us like working on the tattoo, and I was like, damn. I was like, I wish I had the camera out. That would have been such a nice clip. But I was like, that's fucking insane. I'm like, how the fuck is the people who did that right above their ceiling? And it's crazy. And then she told me another story about how there was a drunk driver who ran into the tattoo shop after hitting mad cars, and then took the owner's cousin hostage.
What the fuck?
And then the cops came, the firefighters came, and he locked himself in a bathroom, and then with the person's cousin, and then just fucking the firefighters made a big ass hole in the door, and then they threw like tear gas in to get him out, and then they still couldn't even get him. He let the guy go, and then he started fighting 5 police officers, and then they
Why was he going so crazy?
I don't know. He was just drunk. But
He said, army training activated. I'm taking a person hostage.
bro, but just imagine like your cousin has a business and you're like, let me go hang out with my cousin today. Let's hang out. Let's see. I'm like, and then you get taken hostage
because somebody wants to be a fucking drunk driver. Like, just go to jail. Yeah, they don't, like, you are not even in jail for that long.
Really?
Yeah, if you're drunk driving, yeah.
For like how long?
I think for the night. Like, somebody could pick you up the next day. Literally.
Is that easy?
Yes.
No wonder why people
unless they like
drive
book you
drunk
or something.
I mean, I hope they book you after drunk driving. I mean, I guess there's levels to it, right? If you hit something or somebody, then you obviously gonna be in jail for mad long.
Yeah, because you're destroying property.
And people.
But like, yeah, I know somebody who literally has a DUI. Well, I don't know her. That's crazy because I just had a dream about her last night, and I'm not really like a fan of her. I don't want to say I don't like her, but she's just you know how I am with weird people and like energies and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. It's not somebody I want to be around. But she got a DUI. Like, she got into a car accident, but like she wasn't in jail or anything. Like, they called somebody to come pick her up. Yeah.
Try to get like a ticket at least, I hope, or something like that.
Yeah, I think so. Like, your license gets suspended and everything.
I think they
after
take that
you
shit
can't
to, like,
drive. Yeah.
So what's the dream about? What'd you have the dream about?
I don't know. I have.
You just remember that.
Yeah,
that
I just
person.
remember that she was in there. It was something. I had this something to her, and I was like, I don't really care because I don't even like you anyways. And she was like, well, I don't even know what happened. I'm not too fond of that girl, but.
Do you have dreams of other people often, like in your dreams?
It's so weird, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I literally have the most craziest dreams sometimes. Like, I wake up and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck?
Do you have that ability to, like, if you're in the middle of a crazy dream and then you wake up and then you're like, let me go back to sleep so I could continue the dream?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
I feel like I've, like, the only person, every time I bring that up, I'm like, yeah, I feel like if I catch myself, like, about to go to sleep, like, immediately, I could just get back into the dream.
Yeah. Like, no,
that's
seriously.
crazy. Yeah, me too.
Like, I can literally do that. Like, I could literally wake up, check my phone. Oh, it's 10 o'clock in the morning. Let me get a little bit more rest. And I'll literally be back in the dream. It's so fucking weird. And sometimes I know that it's fake. So, like, sometimes weird shit be happening. Like, I feel like when you have the realization in your dream that, like, this is not real, like, weird shit starts happening after that. And I'm just like, okay, like, what the fuck is happening now?
It's trying to prove you wrong. It's like, nah, this is mad. This, like, is real.
This is real,
this
bitch.
is real, bitch. Don't say this
Stop
fake.
Playing.
So my tattoo artist yesterday asked me if I was one of those people that if I can close my eyes and she says, think of the beach, like visualize the beach. She was like that she can't do it. She can't like picture. Yeah, she can't see like anything. It's just a black like screen. Wait, pretty much when you close your eyes. Are you one of those people that like you can visualize the beach?
Yeah.
Like if I'm like picture this, and she was like, "Nah, I can't." I was like,
I don't know, because like when I was younger, I used to do that and I couldn't visualize stuff. Like it would be so hard for me. Like it would be so hard for me to read and all that other doing stuff like that because
Mhm.
I couldn't visualize it in my brain. But I don't know. I started reading like some actual good books, and then after that, I was like actually able to like have an imagination and stuff like that, and imagine the stuff in my head, like how I think the events played out. So yeah, that's how I was able to do that.
Damn, you started reading good books, and it kind of like
Like books that intrigued me
Yeah.
and like turned on that.
turned on like that switch, that
Yeah.
creativity, like imagination
Exactly.
switch. Okay, crazy. That's actually pretty like. I've personally I've never heard anybody like say that before. Like, it wasn't until I started reading good like creative
think
pieces of work that.
You always have that because like when you're a kid, your imagination is like so big. But I think like sometimes you experience people in your life and they steal that away from you. Cause I used to read a lot when I was a kid. I like in first and second grade, I used to read so much, and I used to read Junie B. Jones. That was my favorite book to read all the time. And like one time, my English teacher told my mom, like she reads too much Junie B. Jones. Like, and after
What?
that, yes, like why would a
Too
teacher tell
much?
me that? Like I read too much Junie B. Jones. Like bitch, get it together. At least I'm reading. What the fuck? So, like after that, I literally just stopped reading because I was like how a teacher is gonna tell me
Yeah.
I read too much Junie B. Jones when I like that. That's something that I like.
Yeah.
How you're gonna take that away from me? And then like, literally after that, I didn't even like reading after that anymore. Like I literally stopped reading and everything. Yeah, and it wasn't until like I want to say middle school that I actually started like reading again. It was my English teacher. I remember her name and everything. She was so cute. She had like red hair. Her name was Miss Fox. She was the best teacher
Of course, her
ever.
name was Miss
Yeah,
Fox with the red
with
hair.
the red hair. She was so cute. And yeah, she was really the one who really got me into reading it again.
Okay.
Because the book choices that she picked were really good.
What do you read now? Do you read now?
I do.
Big ass bitch.
What are you saying?
That's a big ass bitch.
I do read now, but it's not like how I used to read when I was a kid. Cause like when you're a kid, you like fiction books, like you like stuff like that. But now I read like more nonfiction books, cause like I'm older now and I wanna grow. So I read like The Four Agreements. That's what it's called. I think so. What's the other one called? The Magic. I'm bad at remembering names, but like those books that like help you develop character and like stuff like that. But mostly I listen to a lot of podcasts since I'm always in my car.
See, I feel like that's a common theme with people. It's like if you're driving a lot, then you just listen to podcasts and stuff. I was telling the girl yesterday, I was like, yeah, I don't really listen to podcasts because I don't want to steal nothing. So unless it's like really outside of my niche, like I'll listen to like something like a podcast that I shouted out yesterday. It's called Sipping After Dark, and the girl started her podcast like at the same time I started mine, and so she talks about music and like R&B lyrics. Like she'll break down lyrics and songs and stuff and talk about it, connect them to her life and stuff. But I was like, yeah, I'll listen to that because I know like I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna do that. I don't have those, like it's a female, so I don't have the female perspective and stuff. So of course I'll listen to that because I know her, and because it's like I'd rather listen to something like that that's way outside of everything that I do. So I think it's easier when it comes to that. But what's one thing, Amberley, about you that would surprise the people listening? What's one thing? They don't really know you, but let's start off with some wild ass shit.
I don't know. I'm very surprising. Even you said it though. Remember when you hired me? You were like,
yeah. You were the. Well, I guess I'll jump into that story, huh? So, you were like our like middle interview. Like we had just done like a lot of them, and then you came along, and me and Malik were just like, Like, we looked at your resume, and we looked at your name because your name's Amber Lee, right? And I was like, come on, pick one of the two names, Amber or Lee. Like, why you gotta have both?
But it's not Amber Lee.
I know.
Make it clear to everybody. It's not Amber Lee.
I know.
It's literally together.
Together, yeah. So I was like, and then he's like, no, technically they're together.
Yeah.
So we were already not like on the best of like first
I'm like, this bitch is weird.
And so
I didn't even choose my name.
I
Like, that was given to me. What the hell?
She said I didn't choose my name. Oh my god. Okay, comedian, I see you. But yeah, we've had 3 piles. We had the yes pile, like for sure, like top of the notch people. No pile, like if you just like gave us like if we didn't see ourselves like liking you, we were like nah,
Right.
you know.
That's important.
It's like cause I, like you know I want to work with people I like.
Yeah, we work together closely a lot.
And then we had like the maybe pile. You were the only person in that maybe pile.
Not me, the only person in the maybe pile.
It might as well have just been the Amber Lee pile
No,
because
for real?
because then your interview wasn't even an interview. We're like, hey,
We literally played a game. Like,
we played foosball, right?
Yeah.
I was like,
I think it was ping pong.
Ping pong.
And I never played ping pong before.
And neither did Malik. I think he played you, and we were like, if you beat him in ping pong, you get the job.
And I was like, okay.
Did you even win? I don't even think you won.
Know.
I don't think you even won, but we still gave you the job anyway, because we were just like, we just liked you. We were like, all right, cool. I mean, this person was.
I have a lot of personality.
You do, and I think I was like, you know what? Everything that she like lacks on paper, like literally on the resume, I was like, we could just build it up here, and then it'll be fine. And it turned out to be the best. Even we had a lot of the yes pile people that we were like, I fucking hate this person. Like
that one girl. I think you know who I'm talking
I know who you're talking about.
I don't want to say her name, but she used to be so annoying. I used to be like, why the fuck did they hire her? Like, why?
Oh man, like, sometimes you just gotta like hire like people like that, like the obvious people. Because then we had our boss, and I think like she kind of had expectations of hiring certain people for certain things. So like we kind of had to like check off those obvious boxes for people. Like, all right, these hires, she'll be like, oh, that makes sense, and then we'll have to kind of like explain other hires. Like, okay, this is what we thought. That's what we thought, and then there's obviously, oh yeah, that makes sense. That's not like the no people are like, oh, that's not a good fit. Yeah, you're right. Good judgment. But we had to make some, like, bring some people on that we were like, all right. I mean, on paper they look good, but let's see how they work with everybody else. Yeah. But we were the most surprised with you. We were like,
yeah, I'm very surprising. Like, I'm genuinely or generally?
Both. Genuinely, I think.
I think like, I think that when I first meet somebody, I don't really put myself out there, like my whole entire self. So like when you actually really do get to know me, I'm like very surprising because you're like, wow, like where has this girl been like this whole time? And like the one thing about me is I have a really good work ethic. I get that from my mom. Like,
you about to sneeze?
No, I was about to cough. Like, I don't know, like, you could literally train me to do something, and then I'll be like, all right, I got it, and I'll do it to, like, 10 fucking times. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like, I literally work so hard, like, because I don't want to be, like, I don't want to be lacking in any way. And I know, like, it's a lot of stuff that I need to learn and that I could work on, so I'm just not going to, like, half-ass anything.
I think that first semester you worked with us, I think, how many weeks are there? Like 12 weeks in a semester? You got employee of the week like 4 times.
Yeah.
And then like, and it was only because everybody else was like so like not, I don't want to say good, but they weren't bad.
But
it was
they're
like
not exceptional.
It was like, and then I was like, wait, what did Amberly do this week? And then we would go through it, and I'm like, that sounds better than the one thing that other person did. I was like, that's fine to me. I was like, you want to like, I think you got it like second week, and then you went on like a 3-week run like after that, like back to back, and then I was like, literally nobody else is like doing anything remotely to like what you were doing. Like your event was like at the end of the year. You had to host one event, but you were like at other people's events, like helping out their events, pretty much making it better.
Yeah.
It was pretty much like as if you were co-hosting that event with them. And I was like, it was like, I mean, it's obvious. The question is obvious. And I feel like you were the most helpful, like whenever like an adult, like a professional would come down and be like, hey, I need this help, and you'd be like, all right, let's go. You would do it. And I think it was on purpose that they would wait until you were working, and then they would come down. Yeah, I think so, because I feel like I've never seen anybody more absent at the desk than you were. Not to say that
I
you were
was never at the desk because I was always helping somebody.
Exactly. And I remember hearing from our boss. She was like, why is Amberly never at the desk? And then I was like, we can go check the cameras to see where she went. Like, but it's, to me, like, she's been at work.
Yeah.
And then we'll go check. And she's like, oh, Skip came by and took her. I was like, well, what's she gonna do, say no?
Yeah.
I mean, like, of course, like, that's part of the job. But I think it was the most surprising part is that it's not a big part of the job helping people out, but that was the most of the shit you did was them.
I like
They
to
came.
help people.
Yeah.
I really enjoy helping people. I don't know why. That's why I got into the major that I got into, because I don't know. I really do enjoy helping people. It makes me happy. I don't know how to explain it.
You don't have to. Sometimes just the fact that like you like something enough, and if you can't put it into words, then that means you genuinely kind of like it. So
yeah, and I always say it all the time. Like, I don't really like people, but that's just like the rude people that, don't want to accept help, or just like rude period for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I really I'm always helping you when you ask for it, and I'm always helping Jaylen when she asks for it. Like, I don't mind helping people because at the end of the day, I want help too. So. Yeah. And, like, I really believe in a community. Like, your community will get you so far. So it's just, like, why not be there for my community?
Exactly. But I think because of you, we asked to transfer Jaylen over from the events team. You're like, you know who would be so good at this job? My friend Jaylen. I'm like... And then we got to hang out at one of the events where... She was there with the events team setting it up, and she looked like she was having the best time, like moving all those chairs and shit. And so I was like, "Can we trade? We'll send somebody over."
Yeah, you literally traded somebody for her. I was like, yes. I was so hyped because literally our first day working together, we were like having the time of our lives. We were like, yeah, it's first day on the job together. We were taking videos on Snapchat, everything. And that when Jaylen came, that's when we really like barely used to be on the desk, because me and Jaylen really made a name for ourselves in the SLC. Like, we even got in trouble because, remember, me and Jaylen, we weren't bad, but we were just college students, and we used to smoke hookah in our dorm, and we got in trouble so many times doing that they almost tried to kick us out. But because we really made a name for ourselves in the SOC, they helped us. Like, they literally helped us, and they were like, okay, this is what you have to do, and we're gonna separate you guys, but we will help you move off campus. Like, they literally helped us. I was like, wow, you see what you can do with your connections?
Exactly. I think what was that guy's name? Spencer at the top.
Yeah.
Who was like the vice president or something. I think he's helped Malik move off campus too. He was like, he knew all the people who had like off campus housing availability, and he got Malik his little basement apartment that he had.
Yeah, I like that basement apartment that he had.
And then Malik told a story that he got half of his deposit back because of how much like weed it smelled like in his apartment, and his dad had to come over, and he's like, yo, I thought you stopped smoking weed. And he's like, I did.
That's from the baking that he did.
He's like, I did. Like, I haven't smoked in like 2 months. He's like, it smells like mad weed in here still. Because that shit was all in his carpet, in his wallpaper, like everything.
It was small down there too, though. That's probably why it smelled like weed so much. But it was really from the baking that he did. But Malik used to bake some good edibles, because I remember I had a bad experience of brownie, and I did not want to eat edibles ever again after that. And Malik was like, no, you have to try mine. Me and Jaylen even helped him bake one time. And then after that, we were like, yeah, Malik's edibles are it. These other people's edibles are not it.
He would tell me that, because he started doing edibles after I left. And so he was like, yeah, I'll just randomly see Amberly and Jaylen and just give them an edibles.
Yes! Like, literally just randomly, he'll be like, oh, hey, guys, here you go. I'll be like, damn. I remember one time he just randomly gave us edibles, right? And me and Jalen had a Spanish class together. That was our first class together because that was when she came from what's the other campus called?
AU?
Wellsville.
Oh, Wellsville, yeah.
She came from Wellsville because she was doing the baking, and then she came to our actual campus because she was taking regular classes now, not baking classes. And our first class together was Spanish class, and I was like, we gotta take it together because you know my Spanish is trash, so you gotta help me. Yeah. And I thought she used to cheat. She used to help me in that class. Hopefully nobody hears this.
And you never even learned Spanish. You're on Duolingo right
no,
now.
No, but wait, this is why I never learned Spanish, right? Because when Malika gave us the edibles, and that morning I think we had that class at like 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock, and we woke up. We didn't eat anything but that edible. So that edible hit us like right away, like in the first 15 minutes, it hit us. So we were like high as fuck in the class, and I don't know what we were doing. We were taking a test, something I do not know. And the professor, I'm not gonna say his name, he came up to us. He came up to me first, and his breath stunk so bad. Like,
oh my
I was
God.
I moved back, and I looked at Jalen, and I was like, Jalen, his breath stinks so bad. Like, his breath is literally kicking, and we were laughing so bad. And he got tight, right? He was like, stop talking, da da da, whatever. And then he had went up to Jalen and was speaking to Jalen like right in front of her face. And she was like, I'm sorry, Mr. like Professor, whatever she said, but your breath stinks. She said it in front of everybody. And I busted out laughing. Everybody was quiet, but I busted out laughing. And he was so mad, he kicked us out the class. Like, he was like, don't come back. Like, I'm taking you off my roster and everything. Like, he literally kicked us out the class because of that. Because your breath stinks. Like, how is that our fault?
No way.
But Jalen is so crazy because she literally like came out and was like, your breath stink in front of the whole class. I was like, oh shit. So I literally started busting out laughing. So he already knew that I knew his breath was
because he talked to you first.
His breath was kicking. I'm like, bro.
Oh my God, that's so
And we were so high.
funny.
That's why we were like, that's why I had to bust it out laughing because I was like, his breath fucking stinks, Jalen.
So what, like, what did you like get taken out of the class with Jalen after that, or like?
No, we never took another class together. That's why I was so mad. It was like we would have like the same classes, but it would be at different times.
Damn. So what did you do to replace that class? You just like?
I don't know what we did. Honestly, don't know. I never really needed Spanish. I really only took it as like an extra class just to be with Jalen. Because you know you need those extra classes too in order to graduate. And I literally just took it to just be in a class with Jalen because I was like, I want to be in a class with you, bro. Like if we're in high school or something. Like,
wait, was this?
And then we literally got kicked out of the class.
Was like how? So was it the start of the semester like that? That happened?
It was.
And he's like, don't come back.
Yeah.
This is week 2. Don't come back. Get out. That's crazy. No, not him kicking you out of the class because his breath stank.
Because his breath stunk and we were laughing. He was so mad. But why would Jalen say it out loud?
No, I feel like
she's the worst.
I feel like she screamed that shit. That she had to have if he got that mad.
Yo, he was so mad. It was in that building. What's that building? And it was on the other side. It was like towards the end, and we used to walk there because we lived in Mackenzie at that time, and we just used to walk up the steps.
Hey, shout out to Mackenzie.
I miss Mackenzie. We had the time of our lives in
We
Mackenzie.
did have that time of our lives in Mackenzie. Oh man, I can't believe I was in the basketball suite. I just felt so random.
I remember that. That was so weird.
I was like, why am I in here?
And I used to be in there all the time. And when we finally found out that you lived there, we were like, what the fuck? Fernando lives here?
Yeah.
We literally lived right next to each other.
The whole time, they were like, no, I was in the actual suite with them, with Tyrone and...
Yeah, that's what I said. Like, our door was right here and your door was right here.
I didn't know you were right next to us.
Yes. It was like a door or two in between us. I
did not know that. That's crazy. We would have hung out way more. I would have been outside.
Who was your roommate again?
It was supposed to be... His ass out for some reason.
But he was still
Bro,
staying.
I was helping him too. I was like, bro, you gotta just go to class. Like, just show up. He just never would go. I don't know why or how. I don't know even how he still had a basketball jersey at that point. I was like, doesn't basketball season start after the first semester? Like, in the wintertime and it leads into spring. But I was like, how are you
I don't
even?
know.
I'm like, how are you? Like, how do you still go into practice? I'm like, who's letting you participate in this?
Word. But he got kicked out of school, but they like let him right back in. Cause school is really all about money. They don't care about all that other stuff.
Mm-hmm. Now they did for him. Apparently, they kept kicking his ass out.
Yeah, I don't know why.
But
they kept on letting him back in. So what's the purpose?
because I think
They're doing too much.
because he lived off campus for a bit, or that's what happened immediately after he got kicked out. But I was like, where did you go? I'm like, he came back for his stuff randomly. I like for like 6 weeks. I left his like side of the room just regular, like with the shit he still had on there. He had it all in like one bag, and then I would never lock the room just in case he needed to come in and like get his stuff. Yeah. So, and one day I came in and it was all gone. Nice. It was all gone. I was like, damn, he gone.
I didn't even get to say goodbye. Nah.
But I was like, that was so like a randomly ass place. They were like, yeah, this is your suite number. I was like, all right, and it was just basketball players, and they thought I still played football at the time, and so I just like, yo.
Oh, that's probably why they put you with them.
And then they thought I played football still, and so he was like, yo, how's the game? I was like, I don't fucking know, but I would just lie every time. I was like, I was alright. It wasn't too crazy. I was like, you know, it's Alfred. You know, like, what are you gonna do?
The Alfred football team sucked.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
They were ass.
They were ass.
And it's so crazy because the university's team did not suck. They were really good.
I don't know why.
Our best team was the basketball team.
Every other team was better than the football team. Like the volleyball team.
The girls volleyball.
They was going crazy.
They were.
They were going crazy. The baseball team was doing pretty good. I mean, not as crazy as like the basketball team, but like.
But the boys basketball team was the best team that we had.
Yeah.
And the girls won.
The girls were pretty
was
good.
on the girls team.
Was she on there for how long though?
It wasn't that long because she wasn't very happy there. They were being like. They were like picking other players over her.
It's because she's like 5'0", and they had all these like
tall
6 foot white girls who are born on farms and shit.
No, for real.
So.
It was that one girl on the basketball team. She used to look like an orange.
No, like face wise or like body wise?
No, like
face wise.
Color wise.
Oh shit. No, there was this.
Look like an orange.
I remember this girl. She was like 6'5", and she wore like number 25. And I would always be at the games. I'm like, I love you, 25, and then she'd just laugh. But
really?
Yeah, I was always like, I'm like, my first kid about to be like 6 foot based off averages. I'm like, let's go.
I used to stay at the basketball games because Jalen and my other roommates, I used to hang out with basically the basketball team. And it used to just be me because I don't play any sports. All I did was dance my whole life. But I always used to hang out with them. We always just go to the basketball games. Literally all of them play basketball. Like all of my roommates in Mackenzie, they all were on the girls' basketball team. And I remember we always used to go to games, and they always used to win the pizza for me. Like I used to be like, go, because I want the box of pizza. You know, they used to give away the boxes of pizza, and they used to win the boxes of pizza for me.
I'm dead.
And I just used to be sitting there eating my pizza, like, yep.
Watching the game, eating my pizza.
And no, I'm not sharing.
You might as well have just tried out for the team. You might as well just.
They would have. I would have been the water girl. Like I do not know how to play basketball.
But you would have been with them on away games. You would have been like giving them towels. Like, hey, here you go.
Here's your Gatorade.
Yeah.
I would have only gave Jalen Gatorade because she's special. I love her.
Shout out to Jalen. She's been on this show before.
Jalen, my best friend.
Best friend. So I got the other best friend on there. But man, that was so like college. Like looking back on it now, I'm like. College is so weird.
It was.
I was like, I don't remember none of the shit I did in class, but every single thing I did out of class.
I remember, yes.
That's why I told my sister that she's in college. I'm like, the shit in the class, don't give a fuck about that. I mean, obviously in the moment, sure, but like a few years from now, you're not gonna remember that. Like really, like talk to people like in class, like talk to everybody.
Yeah, that's how you get your connections.
I'm like. That's the most important part of college, I think. It's just one big networking experience.
Exactly. It literally is one big ass networking experience.
So, that's why I think that's the only reason why I would tell people to go to college. Is if like you want to do something like if you're going to be like an engineer or like anything of that's more technical. And if you go to college and let's say you make friends with a guy in like in a business major or anything else, I'm like that eventually you can kind of link up back together and he can help you on things that aren't necessarily
Exactly.
as technical with things. So I think that's just a huge like advantage to do.
Yeah, I would tell people to go away for college. I didn't want to go away to college actually. I wanted to go to Iona Prep.
Really?
But yeah, not Prep. Iona.
Iona.
Iona
Yeah,
College.
Iona College in New Rochelle. Yeah.
Yeah, and my dad, Sonny, he was like, "No, you gotta go away. Like, you have to go away. It's just a different experience."
Mm-hmm.
He never went to college away. He went
Yeah.
to John Jay, and he lived in the
Yeah.
city, so he like never went to college away. But he got to experience it through one of his friends, like going to visit, like how our friends would come visit us.
Yeah.
And he was like, "You have to go away," and like, I really didn't want to. Like, one thing about me, I like change, but I'm iffy about it at first. Like, I don't know, do I really want to do this? Like, it's out of my comfort zone, but like once I do it, I'm like, yes, this is so much fun. Like, yay. So I was like, fine, like I'll go to college away, like whatever. And like at first I was so miserable in Alfred because it's like in the middle of nowhere.
It is in the middle of nowhere.
I used to cry every day for Nando, like, because I didn't have a roommate either. When I moved in, I was supposed to have a roommate, but my roommate never showed up. So I was by myself, and I used to cry every single day, every single night. Like, I miss my family. Why did I do this? And then finally, like, I don't know, things just started getting better for me. Even though something in the air of Alfred is just like crazy, like the stuff that used to happen there, I used to be like,
oh
what
my
the
God.
fuck?
It literally. No, but did you do that overnight experience?
Yeah, I did.
You did? I did that too. I think I only felt that way, like crying or felt sad on that thing, because the person that I shared the room with, that's not my roommate, you know, like that's not gonna be my roommate. So I'm like, oh, I'm in here. Oh my God, a room with a fucking stranger I don't know. Like, I'm like, this is mad weird. And then my sister told me, like, the first time I got on that bus, she was like, my mom saw the Peter Pan bus. Like, that's the bus that I got on. She saw the Peter Pan bus leave, and then you didn't come back for 4 years. I was like, that's so crazy to put in perspective. Like,
oh my God.
She's like, yo, that Peter Pan bus took you away. You never came back.
It's crazy because the overnight experience, I didn't have a roommate either.
Nobody fucks with you.
No, nobody wanted to be my roommate. Like, I literally had to choose one of the suite mates to be my roommate, and luckily, it was Bree. I don't know if you know Bree. She's my pledge mistress, and yeah, she was the room right here, and I was the room right here. But I didn't know her like through that. Like, she was on the basketball team too and stuff like that. So I was just like, okay, like, and we just became roommates. And she was never there. Like, she was barely ever there.
At the sorority house, huh?
No, she was just always doing her own thing.
Oh.
She was literally just always doing her own, either hanging out with her girlfriends or like.
Or her girlfriends,
whatever. She was just literally always doing her own thing, either with the sorority, basketball team. She just had a lot on her plate. Like, literally. She was always doing something. She was never in the room. So I just always used to be in the room by myself. Like, I was like, okay, I really don't care, because at least, like.
Did she come back and, like, sleep in the room?
Yeah,
at least?
yeah.
Okay. Imagine she just, like, showed up, moved her shit in one day, and then just never came
Never
back.
came back. I'll be like, okay.
On her and shit.
Okay.
Man. College is weird.
College is so weird.
I remember hot dog day. I think my second hot dog day ever, I had to write a paper, and I was so fucking drunk.
What?
I was so drunk writing my paper, like, and then, like, my room was mad packed with people. Like, I don't know who was my roommate at the time, but I always have this thing where, like, at the fall semester I have a roommate, and then in the spring they, like, never come back or something. And so I'm just, like, mad drunk, like, in this empty ass room that I had a roommate, and then like mad people are in here, and I'm writing my paper, and people are helping me in my paper. Like,
I love that.
And then I got the grades back, and I tell everybody like, yo, I had the 100 on this paper.
Then you get to drink after that.
Yeah.
College is a lot of that though. Like, you would think that like you will actually be studious. I think like the times that me and Janet actually tried to be studious when we would go to the library, we would only be able to concentrate for like 1 hour. After that, we couldn't. But like,
Because then everybody has that same idea, and then all the homies are in the library, and the library is mad loud.
Mad loud for no reason.
and there's that one person who's like, guys, I'm trying to.
Yeah, we're like, go to your fucking room.
How about you leave, bitch?
You don't see we're having fucking fun in the library. Nah, the library was so funny.
Oh my god.
And the computer room too. It was supposed to be quiet in there, but we would always be like so fucking loud. And I feel like the only times we really got homework done was when we were like in the room with our friends outside of the library, getting lit, getting drunk at the same time, doing our homework so fast, like 11:59, we gotta get it done.
Bro, I remember like being like 12 people deep taking the same quiz, and the first person who like takes the quiz for the group behalf, they're like, all right, we got you something from the chat, we got you some beverages, let's work on this quiz. And then it'll be like 74 out of 100, and then like it'll tell you the wrong answers, and everybody 100 out of 100. But
the guinea pig.
Yeah, the guinea pig. Like, hey, here's some food, here's some drinks,
now help us with this test.
here's a charger with your laptop. But then every week it would be a whole different person who would be the guinea pig.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Man, fucking college is so fun. It's so fun, but it sucks like during the day. It sucks like when you're in class, you're like, fuck, oh my god. Who fucking kicked this professor's dog? Like, who put this professor in a bad mood? Because why are you taking this out on me right now?
They would be so crazy sometimes, the professors. They used to be like, oh my god.
I'm like, why is this shit mad hard for no reason?
My psychology class was so hard for no reason. Like, I didn't pass it the first time. I was so mad. I had to take it again.
Oh my god, speaking of not passing classes the first time, I didn't pass my summer class this year, and I'm taking it now. And then I'm just like, copying everything I put into this class. And then she was like, great work. Fantastic.
So
amazing.
Why wasn't great and fantastic the last time?
Because I was taking the correct answers, adding it to my shit. I was adding it into my shit.
I'm not gonna lie, you could really finesse your way through college, like especially after COVID. Like, oh my gosh, I was finessing my way through those classes. A lot of people were finessing their way through those classes. Like, everything is on the internet.
Everything literally is on the internet.
Everything is on the internet.
It kind of sucks now though, where like everything is literally on the internet now.
It's so weird. That's why I don't like being on the internet anymore. Like social media, like everything. Somebody's always getting canceled every single day. Like, I'm just like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, I don't even know. I really don't even know.
How your Twitter account, or your X account, I guess. How old is that?
My Twitter account is fairly new. I didn't have Twitter until I started hanging out with Jaylen. She was the one who told me about Twitter. And then, like, my first account ever, I deleted it, and then I created a new one.
Oh. Now, my shit's mad old. My shit was, like, recently, happy 13th anniversary on Twitter. Nice. And I was like, it's not nice, because I like my Twitter account, because I follow all the things I follow, you know, like, but now I gotta search up my name and, like, look up, like, bad words, like, bitch. And ain't nobody gonna start bringing up old shit, because I've been going through it and deleting that shit. Like, especially like when I was in like high school, middle school, or like such a different time. I'm like, oh, that won't fly today. That won't fly today. I cancel that, delete that.
They will cancel you all for that shit.
Nah, there's this one guy on Twitter who's talking to me crazy, and then I was like, he had like in his bio like 3-time cancer survivor. I was like, I'm not going to argue with you, because if cancer can't kill you, I'm not going to waste my time. And then everybody was like, that's fucked up. Like, why did you say that? Like,
that's funny. That's
I got mad replies like after that. And then the guy replies like, wow, I don't even know what to like say to you. I was like, if cancer can't kill you, my man, I'm not going to even argue with you.
If you can't take a joke, then I really don't know what to tell you. Like,
but
then you shouldn't just be joking. You shouldn't be on social media.
He was talking crazy to me, and I go in his bio. Right. I'm like, yo, if cancer can't get you, I'm not gonna waste my time with you. But
that's how you really hurt a person's feelings, by attacking them by like something that like is in their physical. Like you just could look at them and you could be like, that's why your nose is so fucking big. And they'll be like, oh my gosh, like why would you say that? Like, why are you being so fucking rude and disrespectful to me? You don't like
With
it,
your
huh?
big ass nose, huh?
You don't like it, huh?
But that's what's crazy. I was like, I deadass felt like, I was like, damn, I fucked up. That was definitely like,
No, you didn't.
when I
That
looked,
was funny.
no,
That's
in the
humor right
moment it was
there.
mad funny. But like when I looked, I was going through my old tweets. I was like, oh shit.
I'm a bad person.
I was like, yo. And then I read the whole thread and I was like, nah, he kind of deserved it. I'm like, you shouldn't be talking to a stranger on the internet like that.
Yeah.
But I was like, if that can't get you, my man,
God.
I'm not gonna waste my time talking to you.
Yeah, I don't have things like that, but I heard like a lot of famous, when people first get famous, they look at their tweets from all the way back, and I'm like, geez, why are y'all doing that for?
Why
like,
y'all finding a
we've
reason?
we've all made mistakes in our past. It's not right for you to just be doing that and calling a person out because of it. Like, I would understand if it was like they did something like that really they shouldn't, like, it should be put out there, like, oh, this person did this, like if somebody raped somebody or like, you know, serious stuff. But like going back and like looking for things just to like cancel somebody, I think that's just ridiculous. Like, you're literally being a hater right now.
That is hater activities. But I do be feeling bad when I see somebody like popping up and then they're trending on Twitter. I'm like, oh my god, what are people looking for? What are people finding? Hold on, I got a cough.
Because I could look back at a whole bunch of people's tweets and they would be so fucking rude. They would be so fucking rude. And like, you're worried about this person?
Look at that big ass dog.
Excuse me.
Look at him.
That dog is very nice.
You know him?
Yeah, I know that lady.
They live in that building?
Yeah, she lives in the same building.
She's looking at me like, well, I got this fuzzy shit on my head. See, I hate when dogs go to pee and the person wants to keep walking. I'm like, just turn around because he clearly wants to use the bathroom. Like today I was walking and this dog was trying to take a shit and the guy just kept tugging on his dog. I'm like, bro,
That's
turn
weird.
around. Like it's literally shitting. I had to tell him, like, hey, it's shitting. And then he stopped walking.
Wow. That's ridiculous. My dog, I literally have to, like, my dog will not shit. Like, she does not like being on the leash. And she does, I guess because she has anxiety and she gets overstimulated really fast. I would take her outside to pee and, like, I will have to force her to go around the block because she wouldn't even pee or take a shit. Like, she will just want to go right back inside the house.
That's my dog too. But then my dog be wanting to go out, but then immediately go into the car. I'm like, we gotta walk. Like, you can't just be inside things everywhere. Like, you can't be in the house and then want to go into the car. I'm like, we gotta walk around a little bit. Yeah, when'd you get this dog? I just
That's my dog. That's my family dog from when we moved upstate. I've had her since I was in 12th grade. So how old was I? I want to say 17 years old. And my sisters were a little bit younger than me. Yeah, I want to say 17 years old.
But is your dog here? Like,
yeah.
at your grandma's house?
No. Like, she's too small to stay in there. She's at my ex-boyfriend's house.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So you just go,
So,
be like, hey, give me my
like-
child?
No, like, I kind of just, like, let her there because I don't really like to go over his house because I used to be our house. And, like, sometimes it's just weird going over there now. Like, it's just weird to me.
So he just has a dog?
Yeah, like, I send him food and stuff like that for her. Like,
Oh.
we take care of her together, but she stays there because she's comfortable there. Like, I would bring her back to my mom's house, but she didn't really like it there because my mom has... Okay, so it was always my little dog, right? My little dog, Sophia, but she had passed away. And then it was, like, Max and Ruby. Ruby's my dog. We got Ruby first, and then we got Max. And we named them after that TV show.
Max
and
and Ruby.
Because that was my little sister's favorite TV show.
Ruby and Max.
Right. So then we had them for, like, the longest time ever. And then Sonny passed away, my dad. And my mom literally got a grief dog. Like, that's what I call the dog. You know, the little teddy bear dog. She literally got that dog, and I think it was out of grief. And she's like a bitch. She's so small. She's one of those Sharpays. That's what they call them. They look like teddy bears.
Yeah.
And because Ruby is a protector, she's a guard dog, the little dog acts like that. And they always fight. Like,
Yeah.
and Ruby doesn't do anything to her because she know that she knows that
She'll
she'll
fuck
get
her
in
up.
trouble. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the little dog literally be fucking Ruby up, like, because they don't do anything to her either.
Yeah.
So she doesn't like to be over there because of the little dog. Like, I swear to you, when she's over there, she's literally miserable, sad. Like, I could see the sadness in her face. I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel bad bringing you here. Like,
that's crazy. Not her getting bullied in her own house.
no, for real.
Damn. It's always the little ones. It's always the little
Always.
ones. It's always. And that goes with the people, too. It's always the little people, too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, Amberly. Before we wrap this up, what's one piece of advice that you can give to anybody listening right now that has helped you?
A piece of advice?
Yeah. Let's give some unsolicited advice here.
I don't know. Like, advice on what? Like, I don't really know.
Give us a piece of advice that has helped you in your life. Just in general. Anything that's helped you, just spew it out.
Anything that has helped me?
Yeah. Maybe you've heard it from somebody or you read it somewhere. But what's a piece of advice that you've applied to yourself that you can give to anybody else?
A piece of advice that I heard off of somebody off my Instagram. Her name is Morgan, or Candace Morgan. Probably a lot of people know of her because she has a lot of followers and stuff. She's very inspirational. She talks about God. But like before all of that, she used to do horoscopes and stuff. But she stopped. She literally stopped all the horoscopes and stuff like that. And she literally just focuses on the Bible and God's word right now. But like when I first started following her, she used to say like this a lot. You don't go through things, you grow through things. I think that's helped me a lot on my journey.
That's a nice little piece. You don't go through things, you grow through things. Interesting.
And it's true, you do grow through everything that you go through, you grow through it. Like, it's a lesson behind everything that you go through. And it's up to you if you want to receive it or not.
The lesson?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Is the lesson oftentimes like more obvious later? Or
yes.
Yeah, when you reflect on it and you realize like what you can take apart from it.
Yeah, because sometimes you don't understand what's like right now. I'm in a part of my life where like I literally do not understand what's going on. Like I literally do not understand what the fuck is going on right now. But I know a couple months from now I am gonna understand why I went through everything that I did now.
So how old are you?
24.
24. Damn, wait till you're 25 and then you can reflect on this episode a year from
on
now.
Whole year
yeah, and then we'll link up again, talk to you again.
I do that a lot. I reflect a lot. Like I don't know why. Like after ending a relationship, I reflect a lot. Like I'll sit there and I'll be like, I'm a bad person. I did this, and I wouldn't even put the blame on like anybody else. Like I really focus on myself and what I did and where I went wrong. And what I could have did better to like improve. I don't know why. I literally don't. I'm full of surprises. I even surprise myself a lot of times.
You surprise me a lot of the times too. I'm like, wait, you did what? That's crazy.
I'm a little bit crazy too. I'm a little bit outside of the box. I think I like to take risks when I know they're not gonna fail.
So is it a risk then if it's not gonna fail?
I just know, like if I did something and I failed at it, I would do it again. I feel like that's a risk. You keep on doing it. It's not insanity. It's a risk.
Yeah, it's not like you're gonna get it that second time again, right? But there is a chance that you will or you won't.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Cool. For the last.
Life is full of experiences.
I don't know what to say.
For the last what?
I was just say for the last thing because I saw the Barbie shirt. I was like,
Barbie?
What would you rate Barbie?
Barbie.
Out of 10.
I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10?
Yeah.
I think I'd give it like an 8 too. I like that. I was very surprised about that movie.
Me too.
I didn't think I was gonna like that movie. I didn't know what to expect from that movie.
I was like, Barbie, where the fuck is Bratz? We're not Barbies, we're Bratz. But now I'd be like, hey Barbie. Hey, Barbie. I'd be like, damn.
I see. I'd be like, hey Barbie.
I sing that song in my head too, the Lizzo song. And they're trying to cancel Lizzo right now too, but the stuff that she did is kind of crazy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Liz, you need to get your life together.
I was like, damn.
Nah, you know
No
what
wonder they're
song
trying to cancel you.
stuck in my head? Ken's song. I'm just Ken. Anywhere else I'd be a 10. I was singing that on the phone with somebody, and then she was like 20 minutes later, she was like, I'm like, I got that shit in your head, didn't I? But
Oh
man, I love that song. That song. I want to get one of those I am Ken Nuff hoodies. I'm trying to get
I
one.
know.
I need me
I'm
a
good for it.
I need me a I am Ken Nuff hoodie, for sure.
Oh my god. I think the thing that was killing me so bad was their fucking hair. Because they're not naturally blonde.
Mm-hmm.
And their hair was like white blonde. It
Yeah,
wasn't
white
like
blonde.
Barbie blonde. It was like white blonde. It was fucking killing me. I'm like, I could literally see the black in your hair. It's literally killing me. I don't know.
I think that was on purpose
You think so?
for Ken, right? Because
Yeah.
the more misogynist he got, the
Yeah.
more black his hair got.
Oh.
And I think they were doing that on purpose. But it's cool that you picked up on that, because I didn't pick up on that until I saw a
No.
YouTube video.
I like the first time I saw the movie, I picked up on that. I was like, why the fuck is his hair black?
Somebody
And
get his
like,
fucking roots
yeah,
right now.
right?
I'm
Fuck
fucking
now!
mad.
This
Like,
is fucking killing me.
that's funny as hell. Well, Amberly, thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
Thank you for coming to the kitchen that was on fire with me earlier today too.
You're welcome.
That was a good experience.
Yeah.
We almost lucked out of paying that bill,
Yeah.
but there was no fire.
No fire. It was fake.
No, the only real fire was that we sat next to the fucking pizza oven. And I was like, yo, what the fuck?
You were like, I do not want to sit here anymore. I was like, let's fucking move then. What the fuck?
I was like, all right, cool. I was like, whose conversation do you want to listen to? The two people on the right or the whole family on the left? And then we couldn't even sit next to them because
Yeah.
they had a bag there. But
And they took the chair and everything.
they did take a chair and everything. But thanks for being here, Amberly.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we gotta do this again.
Yeah.
For sure.